Selective attention is our ability to consciously focus on specific stimuli for a certain amount of time. The function of this ability is to allow us to only obtain the important information and filter out excess stimuli. While driving, it is extremely important that your full attention is directed toward the road. If not, your selective attention will toggle between the road and whatever external stimuli that is distracting you. This accounts for a significant number of vehicle accidents today. This is one's ability to focus on a single conversation while ignoring any other surrounding stimuli.
Hey, how's it going? It's so good to hear from you. I can't wait to see you. Do you think we can hang out later?
Dylan.
Bottom-up processing occurs when your sensory receptors take in external stimuli and your brain uses this stimulation for further processing. This connects to selective attention because the outer stimuli taken in is dependent on our ability to focus and obtain specific information. By using selective attention, we receive specific information from our environment using sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. Then this stimulation is transformed into neural impulses. These impulses are then delivered to the brain. Colin Cherry performed experiments on the cocktail party effect, which is one's ability to focus on a single conversation while ignoring any other surrounding stimuli. To conduct this experiment, Cherry gathered participants and played 2 auditory messages at the same time, one in each ear. Participants were then asked to focus their attention on one of the messages and relay back what they heard. Participants were able to remember and repeat the message that they were asked to pay special attention to, yet they drew a blank when asked to give any information about the other message. Cherry also discovered that many of the participants were unaware if the disregarded message was reversed or the language was switched. On the other hand, if the hertz in the disregarded message or the gender of the message's speaker was switched, the change was detected by the participants. According to the CDC, at 55 miles per hour, sending or reading a text, which only takes about 4.6 seconds, is equivalent to driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. According to scientists, the average attention span of a human is 8 seconds, and the average attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. But after interviewing multiple goldfish, I was unable to get any concluding evidence.
For selective visual attention, there are 2 main models created. The first one is the spotlight model, where it proposes that visual attention works similar to a spotlight. Psychologist William James said that the spotlight has a focal point where things are viewed clearly. Surrounding the focal point is the fringe, where things are still visible but not clear. The area outside of the fringe is called the margin. The information outside of the spotlight does not receive processing that requires attention. The other model is the zoom lens model, which contains the same elements of the spotlight model, but the only difference is that we are able to increase or decrease the size of our focus, just like the zoom lens of a camera. A larger focus area results in slower processing because of all the information it includes. The limited attentional resources must be distributed over the large area, so that's why it takes us longer time to process. The dichotic listening task was performed by Broadbent to develop the filter model of attention. The dichotic listening task involves simultaneously sending one message to a person's right ear and a different message to their left ear. Participants were asked to listen to both messages at the same time and repeat back what they heard. He found that people made fewer mistakes repeating back the words they heard in one ear first, followed by the words they heard in the other ear after. Broadbent's filter model is that our capacity to process information is limited in terms of capacity. In order to process information, we use a filter to determine which information to attend to. All stimuli are first processed based upon physical properties that include color, loudness, direction, and pitch. Our selective filters then allow for certain stimuli to pass through for further processing, while other stimuli are rejected.